The mission is that the light of Allah will continue. The light of Allah can never be extinguished. Yes, you may have killed the best people on this earth, but the light of Allah will continue. And that's that light that only a few days after Ashura is already being ignited in Kufa. When they see this commotion in Kufa, they say these people cannot stay in Kufa, send them to Sham. Sham, the capital which Muawiyah for years and decades worked on moving these people away from the family of the Prophet, from Ali and his children. Sham begins to find itself in a state where a revolution is happening in Sham. They say these people cannot stay in Sham, and they move them back towards Medina through Karbala. The mission of this Imam today on the 11th of Muharram and tonight is just beginning. If it was not for this caravan of strength, this caravan of dignity, this caravan of honor, then the message would have remained in Karbala and never reached mankind. It's through this strength. That's why they stood up. That's why they're speaking like this. And that's why in these days that begin now until Arba'een, where we're in the state of mourning, we mourn the oppression that happened to these ladies, to these children, to our dear Imam. But we also understand that they were successful and victorious in keeping alive the mission of Husain. This is what they stood for. And that's why if we see tears from them in these days, we shouldn't see these as tears of weakness. These are tears that carry a message. Dear brothers, dear sisters, isn't our position similar to this? What were they trying to do? Imam Husain has now been martyred. The companions, the family members are martyred. They aimed to keep this beautiful message alive, where in the heart of evil. Today, if you imagine the heart of evil, you may imagine certain countries. On that day and that time, the heart of evil was Sham. The heart of evil was Damascus. They went right into the heart of evil, right by the foot of the tyrant, and kept this message alive. How? Through Azadari, through tears, through matam, through reminding the people of who this man was. Today, when we're in an age where darkness also wants to be prevalent, one of the key tactics that we have to keep the light alive is Azadari. Now, in history, when you see, and not even far away history, in recent history, that Azadari is constantly attacked in Afghanistan, in Pakistan, in Iraq, in Iran, different places, when they see the day of Ashura is the day that they all want to strike. Why? Because we may not understand the value of our tears and matam, but the enemy has understood the value of our tears and matam. لبيك يا حسين لبيك يا حسين لبيك يا حسين. This لبيك يا حسين is more powerful than we think. It honestly shakes the biggest oppressors in the world when they hear لبيك يا حسين. They hear of a man that stood in the path of truth in a way that nobody could take him down with whatever they wanted to do. It's very scary for them. Imagine you have millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of lovers of Hussein that call out Labbaika ya Hussein. They begin to tremble in a way that they don't know where to run to. This is the value of our Azadari. These tears that we shed from now until Arba'een, we have to pay attention that these are the value of these tears. These are tears that caused revolutions a few days after Ashura. In such a state, in such a place, in the court of the tyrant. These are the value of these tears. And that's why, had it not been for this caravan, the message of Hussein would have remained in Karbala and not reached the world.